As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the weekend?
OU men's hoops.
They
Got
did
to
it
go with
again,
them.
baby.
Did it again, just like we all said. They would blow TCU out at home to end the season. Really, really nice win. Another top 25 win for them. They got off to a fantastic start. Listened to most of the first half with T. Rowe calling the action, was really good. And, they just came out and dominated. No big deal. They wasn't overwhelming. 50% from the floor, 35 from three. Got to the foul line quite a bit, which I thought was one of the real keys to success for them. We're 17 to 23 there. Just a good all around performance. Another good performance from Tanner Groves too, man. 23 points from him was the leading scorer. Oh, pretty good. You know where they are. We're realistic about where they are. You got Oklahoma State in the first round of the Big 12 tourney. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be able to make the NCAA tournament, obviously, unless they win the Big 12 tournament. And right now, I'd say that's a very outside chance that they pull that off. But you never know. You go on a nice little run, maybe turn some heads. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, you never know what'll happen there in Kansas City. It's another one of those games where if you're an OU fan, like you're excited that they finish the regular season on such a strong note, but you're also probably like, why haven't we seen the version like this version of the team more often? Right?
Yeah.
Because that TCU team that's a good
Good.
basketball team. So it's exciting and frustrating all at the same time because of how the season has gone as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is 6-1 wins for OU now?
Yeah.
Crazy. But,
Yeah.
they what's frustrating is it wouldn't have taken a whole lot else in a couple of close games, to put themselves in a better position than they are right now, or be in the tournament right now. And because I feel like Oklahoma is a team that is, now we know we've talked about their athleticism. They lag behind the conference, right? There's no doubt about that, and that would hurt you in the tournament. But they're a team that also, whenever they're on, can play with absolutely anyone in the country, and we've seen that. So you feel like it's a team that could make a pretty decent little run in the tournament if the matchups were right and they got hot at the right time. But perhaps we'll never know. We'll see. See what they do in the Big 12 tourney. What's that start Wednesday night?
Yeah. It's just so you never know. You never know. Wednesday, they're the Wednesday. They got that. I think they're the late game on Wednesday night.
Yeah,
So we'll see how it goes. Weirder things have happened, right?
that's right.
But I'm with you. I think their only chance of making the tournament, yeah, their only chance of making the tournament is to somehow, some way, run through the Big 12 tournament. Weirder things have happened. It seems unlikely, but hey, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, who do you have as your loser of the weekend?
Okay. I had to go with Oklahoma State as my loser. And here's why. There's quite a bit of controversy going on right now. OU got the win over Oklahoma State, 80 to 71 at Gallagher Iba, right? That gets Oklahoma at least a share of the Big 12 championship for the first time since 2009, I believe. And they've done it in really, really nice fashion. Got the win there against Oklahoma State. And whenever they knew that they were going to have at least a share of the Big 12 championship, they celebrated. Okay. And I guess Oklahoma State was trying to send their seniors off, as their last game there at Gallagher Iba. And, there was quite a bit of talk post game about it, right? At the press conferences. And Oklahoma State, the fans were booing pretty loud, and Oklahoma State's coach in the press conference was was pretty upset about it, said she's never seen anything like it in her whole career, which I doubt, really, never. But it boils down to this always. If you don't want someone to celebrate on your court, win the basketball game. That is it. That is it. There's nothing else to really talk about. I don't think what Oklahoma did is, I mean, perhaps there's more respectful ways to do it, but I
Oh,
mean,
come on, man.
They just won the Big 12 championship. The last thing they think about is the seniors at Oklahoma State. This is their last game. Come on. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm with you. Now, I don't think Jenny Baranche, and first of all, how good of a job has that woman done?
Year two.
I mean, she has resurrected that program. I mean, it was not in a good place when she took it over. And in year 2, she's got them as
24-5.
Yeah. And I'm interested to see if they can make some noise in the NCAA tournament. We'll see how it goes.
I'd be shocked if they don't. The way they score, the way they shoot the three, I'd be shocked.
They have had a few games this season where
the last game against Texas was odd.
That's one where you're like, what's going on there? But what a tremendous job she's done and that team has done. And yeah, they just won the conference championship. Yeah, they're going to celebrate. Like, what are we even talking about? Now, I will say, I was confused. Did Oklahoma State save like their senior day festivity stuff for after the game?
That's what I was trying to understand. Like, maybe it was just like, was it just like a walk-off applause or something, or like standing O for the seniors?
That's where I was confused because I saw quite a bit of the game and it was, but I didn't pay a ton of attention to the celebration or what was going on afterwards. And then I saw the press conference. I was like, wait, what did I miss?
Well, here's for future senior day planners, do the festivities before the game. If by chance you get your ass beat during the game, right, that it screws up the celebration post game, right? Do it when we're all happy and feel like we're going to win.
Yes. That is tremendous advice. Dude, you can't be giving that stuff out for free. You got to start charging for stuff like that. Come on, man.
Yeah, we'll have a college athletics think tank. We'll give out advice like that.
I'm sure all kinds of people would sign up for that. All right, let's get to my winner and loser. But first,
John Vance Auto Group has been serving Oklahomans for 40 years. They're family owned and operated, and they got 9 full service dealerships in Woodward, Miami, and Guthrie. No matter what your vehicle needs are, John Vance Auto Group has you covered. They carry domestic brands such as Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, and Wagoneer. John Vance Auto Group's goal is to give unequaled service and to exceed customers' expectations in every way, which is why they have their lifetime loyalty program. And here's how it works. Buy a new or used car for them. All you got to do is get the manufacturer recommended maintenance done at the Vance dealership. And if something goes wrong with the components of your engine, transmission, drive, axle, or transfer unit, they will cover the repair costs. It's a great deal. You can browse their entire inventory or find the John Vance dealerships near you at vanceautogroup.com.
And First Fidelity Bank is a full-service financial institution, easy for me to say, based in Oklahoma with tailored solutions for all your personal and business needs. Checking accounts, saving accounts, home loans, and much more. They do it all. Whether it's online banking from your computer or mobile banking from your phone, everything is stress-free with FFB. Making mobile deposits, paying bills online, and moving money to different accounts could not be easier. People, just make your life easier. Go bank with First Fidelity Bank. Visit ffb.com for more information. All right, for my winner of the week, Ted, can I interest you in some Max Verstappen, baby? It's back.
Ooh,
it is back.
Huh?
F1's back. Let's go.
Let me guess. Max Verstappen was singing and whistling as he lapped the field. Ferrari was fighting with each other, trying to chase him down.
No. You're wrong. Of course, Charles Leclerc had to retire the car. It's Ferrari. Come on, man.
And
something went wrong. It's Ferrari. Of course it did.
Mercedes was just happy that they weren't porpoising.
Yeah. the porpoising troubles. I did not hear anything about the porpoising troubles. I think they've got that ironed out for the most part. But yeah, F1's back, Bahrain Grand Prix. In a shocking development, Max Verstappen wins the first race in the
Nice.
Formula One's calendar. So it's back. We'll sprinkle that a little bit in throughout the next couple months here on the podcast. But my winner of the weekend, Anthony Richardson. Listen, I've got no clue if that guy is going to be a successful quarterback in the NFL. I have no idea. Right? Will the accuracy get better? Will the anticipation get better? Will he be able to master whatever offense he's in? I don't know. What I do know is that dude is an athletic freak of nature. My God, how much fun was that to watch, dude? That's why the combine will never go away. NFLPA, don't even try. It's never going away because of guys like that. That was incredible to witness.
I feel like he should be like tailback, tight end, wide receiver, edge rusher, that's like the measurables that you want at about 8 different positions, right? Like not measurables you want, like if any guys at those positions have those measurables at that height and weight, they're like top 10 picks. It's crazy.
6'4", 244, 40.5-inch vert, 10-foot 9-inch broad in a 4.43 40. Just insane. And listen, I know he was up and down last season at Florida, but there is no doubt in my mind that a team in the top 10 is going to look at that and go, you know what? Let's give it a whirl. Like if we're going to miss on a guy that has unreal physical traits. And he is have we seen at the quarterback position, have we seen anything like you're talking about the combination of size and speed? And I thought he threw it pretty well in the drills. It's hard to tell, just watching that. It's like, oh yeah, he can throw it really far. I felt like I already knew that. Yeah, I'm stunned. But just seeing how physically gifted he was, man, is it weird of me to say I want him to be good? I feel like there are some people out there that are hoping that he's not good. I want him to be good because that would be incredibly entertaining to watch on Sundays if he can figure it all out, because he is a freak of nature and it's awesome.
You think Billy Napier was trying to convince him not to go to the combine? To where everyone in the world could see, like, it's like, wait a second. This guy played quarterback in college football here. This guy that has these measurables was a quarterback in college football last year. It's like, you don't want anyone to know that you had that guy in your backfield every single play.
It's like, Billy, how did you not score 50 points a game with this guy?
Right. There's no way it looks good. Like Florida fans, which I'm sure knew like how freakishly athletic he was, but when everyone in the NFL, he gets like 5 days of 24/7 coverage about, oh my God, this guy's incredible. And Florida's like, what the hell?
Why weren't we better?
Right. I know that the coaching staff at Florida is like,
damn it. But that was fun to watch, man. I mean, we'll see. But if Anthony Richardson accomplishes nothing else, that dude put on an absolute show at the NFL Combine.
Rarely, every year, there's someone that kind of steals the show, right? Somebody from somewhere comes and puts on a performance that, we just weren't ready for. Rarely is it a quarterback.
Yeah.
And when it is a quarterback, I don't know what that means for the draft. It could mean something incredible. It's this is going to make some NFL teams like have some 10-hour like grind sessions over film and like, what do we do? Do we take him? Do we not? It's crazy.
Yeah. It was something, man. Whoa. All right, but for my loser of the week, thought about going with Texas Tech head coach Mark Adams. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What? So that first of all, they lost on Saturday at home to Oklahoma State, right? Which they were kind of playing themselves back onto the bubble, like they'd had a much better back half of Big 12 play after starting 0-8 in conference play, but Kirby Hocutt suspended him allegedly. Just from everything I've seen, Adams was like coaching up a player and was trying to tell him to be more receptive to coaching and used, I guess, a Bible verse that references slaves serving their masters, and which, don't do that, right? Like, let's have some common sense here, Mark Adams. Let's not be a complete and utter moron, but oh, what in the world, man? What the hell is going on with that? I mean, it's just horrible judgment.
The think tank has nothing to say about this one. I have no idea how a coach in big time college athletics could. What are we doing?
What is he doing?
I don't know.
There's
man.
a lot of other Bible verses, Mark.
Yeah. Hey,
Anything but that, dude.
I don't know, man. That's wild. I I need to I need to read more or see exactly like how this whole thing played out because I just
There,
kind of saw
there are
the
not a ton of
blip.
details on it from what I could find.
Yeah. I just saw the blip. Like I don't know what he said. Like did, did he just like reference the verse like and the player had to go look it up later or is it, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It's a bad idea and I think everyone everywhere understands that. It's
Yes,
wild.
I think anyone with common sense knows don't do that.
You know,
And
it's
I wonder
sorry, I
if it's
was
going to cost him his job.
probably
Yeah.
unless he's got some really really good explanation as to how this went down. But like here's to me what feels like the worst part of it is sometimes things are said in the heat of the moment that you just you didn't even mean it at all or I don't know like sometimes things can come up that it's like where did that come from but this is clearly something that he's thought long and hard about right here's a Bible verse and here's how I can use it and here's the chance I can use it and to have something that you've thought about for that long yet couldn't see the how this is not going to end well that seems like a strange deal.
No, I'm with you. We'll see how it plays out, but yes, the Ikard Lehman think tank, don't use that Bible verse.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. I don't
Racist.
even know what the
Bad.
Bible verse is right now, but it's on the do not use list at the think tank.
Don't use it. The think tank, we denounce that. Don't do that. All right, but my loser of the weekend, and this, it feels like this thing has snowballed over about the last month or so. Ja Morant. What in the world, man? I mean, he has had quite the string of
At
bad
least
decision
three
making.
deals, right? That I can think of. It's
Well, a month ago or so, it was what did his people aimed a laser? Did they not aim a laser at the Pacers or the Pacers team bus? Whatever that had the NBA. The NBA had to investigate that. Then a report surfaces here over the last couple of days where and it was back in the summer, I guess, but he punched a 17-year-old kid in the face a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then brought a gun out and like showed it to him. And then
Over a basketball game, by the way.
yeah, that
Pickup
I think was
basketball
like in
game.
his backyard.
Yeah.
I mean, and then a report that I guess he threatened a mall security guard, and then he's flashing a gun on Instagram Live in the early hours in the morning after a loss. He's just shirtless in a strip club. Like, I I don't know what's going on with him, but the Grizzlies announced he'll be away from the team for at least the next 2 games. And I'll give Ja Morant credit, put out a statement apologizing to pretty much everybody and said, quote, I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress and my overall well-being. I don't know Ja Morant at all. I don't know the people around Ja Morant at all. But they got to make sure that he cuts all of this out of his life. This guy has a chance to be one of, I mean, he's one of the must-see players to watch in the NBA. And I don't really know a ton about his background, right? But he doesn't have to. I don't know why he thinks he needs to do any of this stuff. Like, what does he think he needs to prove? I don't understand it. And I know that I probably come from a much different world than Ja Morant. I get that. Be the first one to acknowledge that. But, dude, you have everything out in front of you in the world of basketball. Don't throw it away for whatever this stuff is. Don't and the guys around him, you got to protect him. You have to. And part of my opinion on this is selfish, right? I want to see him play basketball for the next, 10 to 15 years, whatever it ends up being, because he's unbelievably entertaining to watch, right? And that's the selfish part of it. But also, like, you never want to see a guy, and it wouldn't be the first time we've seen it, but you never want to see a guy that is this gifted throw it all away for some dumb shit. And I hope he gets back on track, man. I hope he takes the time, gets the help he needs. But this has been a string of some pretty alarming stuff from one of the young players in the NBA that I think would be in consideration, like over the next 5 to 10 years, like one of the most popular guys in the league. And he went from like, oh my God, everyone loves Ja Morant, everyone loves watching him, to what the hell is wrong with this guy? Like, it happened that quick, man.
Yeah. Well, all of that is well said by you. Here's my unfortunate take on it. When someone kind of behaves this way, the only way to change that behavior is really whenever you have some stuff taken away, right? And unfortunately, or fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you ask, there are really going to be no consequences. He may serve a suspension or take time away. He may get fined by the league. But ultimately, the guy's still, I don't know what his contract is right now. Is he a max guy? Have they signed him to that yet?
I think his huge deal kicks in next year, I'm pretty sure.
His deal kicks in next year?
The
He's
big
going to
one.
get $40+ million a year. And that is going to appear to him like it doesn't matter what I do. The money is going to keep coming. And unless like someone really good around him starts to behave differently, which it looks to me like right now, he's hanging around a bunch of people that want that type of lifestyle, and that's why they're friends with him. And he's got the ability to provide that. And until one of those people that are in an influential position over him say, "Hey, man, listen, we got to cool it. We got to be smarter about what we do," which I do not think will happen because I think they like that lifestyle too. If they're pointing guns out of their car at the NBA arena at another team in like the loading dock area, really? I mean, I hate to say this, but unfortunately, I don't see this situation getting better.
I think it will. I
I
do.
hope it does.
I
Let me
I
say that I hope it
yes.
does, but
He
I mean,
signed, and his big deal kicks in next year. 5 years, $194 million. So when you think like what's on the line here, you can't have both, man. You can't be one of the faces of the NBA and live your life that way. You can't do it. Think about how LeBron James has carried himself over the years. You've never seen LeBron James caught anywhere with a gun in his hand, right? Steph Curry. You've never seen Steph Curry. You have to choose, man. Do you want to be one of the faces in the NBA, or do you want to live that type of lifestyle? You cannot have both, in my opinion. Like it's just you can't have both.
no.
So I got a feeling Ja Morant and everyone around him that this is going to be a big wake up call and say, guys, we gotta stop it with this stuff. Right? There's too much on the line here. 194 million on the line and Nike came out and backed him. He just got a signature shoe. He just got it. And like they were selling Kyrie Irving's like candy, and they took his shoe away. You don't think they'll take Ja Morant's shoe away over this stuff? Come on.
Yeah.
So I I hope he figures it out, man, because he's incredible. He's
He
fun to
is.
watch. Like, and it's crazy. The Grizzlies went from like the most likable team ever to like, what the hell's wrong with these guys? These guys suck. Like
Yeah.
it happened so quickly that I don't know. And John Morant's a big piece of that. Got to figure it out.
He is an exceptional talent, and the guy can be. It's at the point where some of the superstars in the league are aging out. They're looking for new guys, and he's like the new guy. He's one of the new people. It's got athleticism that's unmatched, and some of the things that he could do is just, he's incredible. You make $40 million, and you spend your nights late, messed up at a strip club, buddy, you can't put a bigger target anywhere than that to get robbed and God knows what else happened to you.
Yeah. Let's hope that this is the last time we ever got to talk about anything like this with John Morant. That's what I'm hoping.
Yep.
Right. And listen, if you're not doing that stuff, it doesn't make you soft. It doesn't make you any of that stuff. Like you have to conduct yourself differently when you are as gifted as John Moran is. It just, that's the world, man. Like that's the world. So I'm hoping he gets everything figured out because that has been a really unfortunate string of events for what I consider one of the young superstars in the NBA. So let's hope it works out, man.